I just saw the new Super Mario Galaxy movie, and visually, this movie is absolutely stunning. And honestly, that is the biggest reason to watch this movie. If I wanted to sell TVs, I would probably just put this movie on because that's how good it looks. The animation, the colors, the worlds they portray on screen are so imaginative and stunning to look at on the big screen. I'm the type of person who can just put on great visuals and enjoy that. So to me, the plot and characters of this movie almost didn't matter. Also, for a lot of the movie, I did just tune out the dialogue and just enjoy the action, the visuals, the world. I found the movie wasn't particularly dialogue driven. It felt like the dialogue was just there to get us to the next action sequence, the next world. The movie employed visual storytelling, so it told the story in good part through visuals as opposed to constant dialogue, and I was totally fine with that. The plot, for the plot, guys, it's not a particularly complex plot to follow. I tuned out a lot of the dialogue, and I still had a general idea of what was going on, why we were where we were, why the characters were doing what they were doing, the main conflict issue we were trying to solve. It's not high art or high cinema, but it is entertaining enough. For the characters, a lot of the characters are pretty cute. These aren't complex characters with deep set motivations and conflict. They're just Mario, Peach, and Luigi as we know them. They're not very deep, but they're fun enough. I like the dynamic between Mario and Luigi. They're both likable. There's some decent laughs in the movie. I also like Glenn Powell's character in the movie. Bowser is probably the character with the most depth, and his relationship with his son did set up an interesting conflict in third act. For the pacing, the movie just rushes by. It's only 98 minutes, and they cover so much in that time. You see so much on screen, so many worlds and characters, so much going on that you're just not going to be bored. They honestly could have made it a bit longer so we could breathe in each world more. The movie just flies by each one. Honestly, I think if you were a fan of the games as a kid, you'd probably get a kick out of all the nostalgia and worlds and characters because there seemed to be a lot of nostalgia bait in there. And I never played the game, so I didn't get any of those Easter eggs, but I still had a fun time anyways. The third act I did enjoy. Without spoiling anything, there are some pretty fun, let's say, character changes that were pretty cool and a creature that looked visually great. And there was interesting character conflict stuff in there with Bowser and his son, which I think they resolved in an emotionally satisfying way. So overall, I had a fun time with this movie, and so are most people. The movie currently holds an 88% verified audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, even though it's a bit mixed with critics at 43%. So I think you'll have a fun time with this movie, especially if you're a Super Mario fan and have nostalgia for the games, or you just enjoy looking at visually stunning animation and worlds.